So I hear that you struggle arguing with folks and going off on people. Is that true? Oh, okay. I got you. So let me share with you a simple principle that will help change your life. You see, it goes a little something like this. Not every comment deserves your response. I know it sounds crazy, but if you stick with me, I'm going to explain some concepts and some things that are going to allow you to get the power back of your life and not be ready to explode and go off at the drop of a hat. So stay tuned for another mindset from Dr. J. Duncan. So hello and what's going on? My name is Dr. J. Duncan here with Minds Unlimited and Minds Unlimited Media, here to give you another mind state or perspective of the week. You see, this week I want to help you supercharge. I want to help you go Super Saiyan. I want to help you get to the next level in your communication, in your thinking, and in your problem solving. But a lot of us can't really fathom all that because we tend to have a little problem. And our problem is that no matter how smart we think we are, or how emotional or emotionally intelligent we think that we are, sometimes people's comments, or people's looks, directions, and things of that nature get under our skin, and we find ourselves being responsive instead of being in control of our reactions. If this is you, do not panic. Don't be super responsive to me talking about it. I know it brings up some anxiety, but this is good. This is good. We're having this dialogue. What I want to do is to help you realize what is natural and what can be changed. Once again, what is natural and what can be changed. So first of all, let's talk about the dilemma. Many folks try to be calm, cool, collected people. There are some that go ahead and say, hey, you know what, I'm a hot-tempered person. I just go off, so watch what you say to me, right? And then there's others that are like, yo, I'm getting a little older. I can't just pop off the way I used to. I need to be able to simmer down and be able to have communication with people and be able to have debates and not it be arguments. Be able to have conversations and it not turn into the end of the world, right? But sometimes there are certain people, usually those that are close to us, that just know what to say to get under your skin, right? Or you're in arguments with people that you may not have no connection with, but the fact that they're saying something to you triggers a response. So let's talk about this natural portion of it. The natural part is when there is a given, there usually is a take, and when there's a take, there's a given. In other words, when someone says something to us, we usually like to respond, right? That's why when people say, hey, how you doing? You say, I'm fine. That's a natural response, or at least natural in the fact that we've been trained to say something, right? When someone says hi, it's respectful to say hi back, right? When someone's talking to you, it's respectful to look in their direction or talk back to the person. We are kind of getting into this flow of call and response. It's these ebbs and flows of when something comes, something else has to meet it, right? When you jump, you automatically think of the fall. You know, so it is natural, and I want you to remember this. It is natural for you to want to respond, even when you know that if you say something back, it's going to cause the other person to say something back and just be caught up in this argument, just arguing all over the place, right? The thing I don't want you to do is to try to change the thing that is natural. The fact that you want, keyword, want to respond is natural. The thing that we need to do is realize what in that equation is causing more drama. You see, sometimes people will come to you, and if they know that they can get under your skin, they will. Right? So we want to create this illusion that no one can get under our skin. We got tough skin, right? But that isn't always the case. Sometimes it is being able to say, you know what, I want to respond, but there's a way to do it. Yes, that's right. That means that you can respond, but you might not need to respond in words. You might not need to respond in direct action. I know when some people heard, don't respond in words, throw them up. No, I mean that sometimes you need to respond by evaluating the situation. You see, not everybody even deserves your response. And by deserve, I mean that if someone is trying to get under your skin, let's say that you are out in public and someone says something rude, just out something rude out in general. The natural response is to go, yo, who you talking to? Or, yo, watch your mouth. 1, 2, and 3. And if it needs to happen, okay, I get it. But sometimes some people are saying things to get attention, to spark up an argument. And you might be the wrong person to spark up an argument with. But here's the thing. There's a price and a cost to that. And I think we've talked about this before. And that is your response may get you into more of a negative situation than the other person. You might have more to lose. So the first thing I want you to do, and what I want you to incorporate so that it becomes natural, is when someone says something to you, I want you to build in a buffer of process. What is being said and who is saying it? There's a difference between a person saying something to get under your skin, and it's your mom, your brother, your sister, your significant other, than it being a random person that after you see them, you're never going to see them again. There's a difference, and there should not be an equal response for both. Sometimes you may be in an argument. I know I find myself in arguments sometimes with people, and it starts off as a debate, but then somebody says something that's a little off the wall. You know, they're talking a little sideways at you. They may have, not like they're directly calling you out of your name or anything, but that they are in communication with you and they may neglect certain facts. So let's say that you and your significant other are, let's say, having a debate over food. And let's say that for the whole week you've been eating healthy, right? And they're like, when will you change your eating habits? And you're like, yo, I've been eating healthy all week. Haven't you seen it? That's a fluke. And you like, taken all off guard because you did all this effort and they didn't see it. Well, immediately to respond and go, well, you didn't 1, 2, and 3. All that does is give you immediate satisfaction of saying something. But the consequence thereof is that you just create 2 mad people. If that is your goal, then you know what to do to reach your goal. But if that is not your goal, which often it isn't, if that is not your goal, then I'm going to suggest that you look at what is being said and that you look at a little bit deeper than just responding. Not everything deserves your response. You see, but things can deserve your attention. When someone speaks sideways at you or somebody says something to you, sometimes it's the best that they can communicate at that given time. Their ability to communicate should not dictate your ability to communicate. Do you hear me again? So parents, if your kids aren't as, elaborate with their words and being able to understand their feelings and they communicate in tantrums, that does not mean that you throw a tantrum, right? Significant others, if your significant other is upset about something, let's say they come in and they're just in a mood, do not respond to the direct mood up front. First, analyze and say what is happening. Now, let's get back to that natural and what you can do. I want to show you that actually waiting to respond is actually a natural recurrence. Why? Well, let's think about this. Let's think of parents and babies. When babies come out, they're not really talking too many different languages that we know of, right? It's just baby language and cry. So, when a baby cries, there's no way of knowing off rip of just hearing the cry what they're crying about. So parents don't just hear cry and have a automatic one response. Get where I'm going here? The thing that we end up doing as adults or as parents is you hear a baby crying, your instinct is, why is the baby crying? Let's look at why. So we naturally understand that when we hear something, the hearing of the cry isn't the issue, it's what the cry came from. So that is natural when it's a baby. We just assume as people grow up that this phenomenon doesn't happen anymore. That is our first mistake. Just because we're older does not mean we've shaken all our human tendencies that we were born with. Sometimes we cry, whine, throw a fit, say some things outside of our neck. We're talking any type of way. And it isn't because we mean what we are saying. It's because that is the way that we think that we have to express what it is we're really trying to say when what is really going on. So that principle to keep you from going off on these people, talking outside of your neck, responding in any type of aggression is to say, whoop, whoa there. What are you really saying? Hold on, wait a minute. You're attacking my diet for us. What's really? Oh, you just joined the diet plan. So you're going to put it on me. Okay, got you. See what I'm saying? Or a person is coming at you and I've witnessed this a lot. Sometimes people are going through some things at home and you have no idea, right? And they're coming to you and all you get is rah. Now, yes, they should watch, be able to regulate their moods, this, that, and the other. And I'm not saying that you got to run it all for everybody. But what I'm saying is, at least you can take the time out to see, is it worth you getting upset too? Because of whatever happened to them at home? We see this a lot in school-age children, that a lot of the kids that come to school may have behaviors. They may act out. Different things may happen. And it's not even because of what's going on in school. It's because of what's going on at home. But if we only focus on the in-school behavior, we then label them as bad kids or problem child and this, that, and the other, when that isn't the case. They are literally responding to stimulus and things that are happening at home. So, what is natural is a response. What is unnatural is the responses that we choose to give at certain moments. The natural thing is I want to respond, but what you can change is how you respond. So, not to keep going super long with that, but I hope you get it. I hope you get it. If you get it, give me a thumbs up. And share your story. If you got a story of like, hey, this has really happened to me, put it in the comment section below. But what I really want to do here is talk to you guys and just share with you that this call to response thing is a natural thing. You're not just going to be able to cut it off like that. If you were able to do that, that means you could have done it before. But if you find yourself in a lot of arguments and responding to a lot of different negativity or responding to people's comments more than you want to, then I suggest that the first step is to build in that process of, I got to ask why. I need to ask why. While they're talking to me this type of way. You might not ask them why. You might just think like, yo, why is this person coming at me like this? I don't understand. Start there. The fact that you don't understand means that you are subject to act out of confusion. To act out of that I don't know means there's anxiety. And if you act out of anxiety, anxiety doesn't need your brain to think. It just goes, right? So what I want you to do is the next time you're in conversation, practice on good conversations, bad conversations, whatever you want. But the next time that you find yourself in a conversation, I want you to look at the situation and ask yourself, is what I'm hearing matching the why that I understand? Is what they're saying to me matching the situation that I understand that we're talking about? If it doesn't, pause for some questions. If it does, cool, we can move forward. But that should guarantee you more control over the way that you respond. Not if you respond, but the way that you respond to people, situations, and things. Alright? So that's the gem of the day, is to give you some more power to help you go Super Saiyan here. For those that know what I'm wearing my Son Goku Kakarot jacket on, you know what I mean, with the Minds Unlimited colors repping here. If you like it, thumbs up. Leave some comments in the section below. But really, I want you guys to live your best life and not to be taken off and irritated and all this other stuff when you don't really have to be all the time. It's not called for all the time. So, if this gave you any value, please subscribe. Share it with your friends, families, all of that good jazz. My name is Dr. J. Duncan, and as always, the smallest change in perspective can change a life. Peace.